Hello everyone, this is Mayank and welcome back to my channel. So in general, we talk about in this channel about investing in stocks, different swing trading opportunity and different long-term fundamentally strong stocks also. But to make money, eventually you need three different pillars to be successful. So all the three pillars need to be very strong. First pillar is earning money. Now, when I talk about NMDC, for example, is stock, when I talk about Burger King, the last video on stock, now opportunities are always there in these stocks. Now to invest in the stock, you need to first have that saving. To have that saving, first you need to earn. You need to earn more than you can spend so that you can have that saving, which will further invest to make that money. Earning becomes one of the first pillar. Second is investing. Now suppose you have earned that money. Now keeping that money idle will decrease in value because of inflation. Now you need to invest in the money. I'll not about different investment. Now you can invest based on your own decision, maybe equity, maybe mutual fund, maybe your real estate, maybe your FD, whatever, that we'll discuss in some other video. But you need to eventually invest so that you can multiply and grow that money. So let's suppose you do the investment. Now you need to protect your investment also. Let's suppose you invest in some real estate. The property should be good, it should be appreciation, there should be no litigation on that. If suppose you invest in equity, you need to buy a good stock, you need to invest in stock with opportunity. Suppose you invest in stock which goes down and goes down and goes down, so you lose the money. Protecting your money is also a very important pillar which generally people don't discuss. This is very crucial if you want your entire money to multiply. So today video will focus on the third part, protecting money. I have discussed a couple of videos in earning money also. Those videos did not receive much response, so I'm not sure if I should create videos on that or not. But if you want me to create videos on the other two aspect also, like protecting money and earning money, because those also are important if you want to multiply your overall money. So please hit that like button on the video so that I get encouragement that these videos are also appreciated and required or needed by the people who watch the videos. Only learning about stocks will not help you. You need to learn the two things also. So your like will be appreciated and will give an encouragement to me. So let's talk about protecting money. So before I go into protecting money, I'll give you four quadrant what is happening in the world right now. So we'll talk about, so protecting money means suppose you invest in a stock. Okay, that stock might fall for many reasons. The stock might be very good, but the scenario like COVID came and the price of all the stock fell down. It all bounced back, but maybe that would have bounced back also, right? So that scenario might also be coming where the stock is good, but the external factors because of which your stock has plummeted. Let's suppose you bought a real estate, but because of some issue, some war happening like Ukraine, but right now most of them don't have anything and they are no fault of theirs. Still, they lost the property because of external factors. So external factors also play a very important role when it comes to protection of the money. So we'll talk about in this video external factors, what are they, what the impact that can have, and how we can protect our money from the external factors. So I'll draw some diagrams. Please watch the video till the end so that you can get the understanding of it. You might agree to me, you might not agree to me or agree with me. You can let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts on this, and we can have a other discussion if there is something more to discuss on this. So this world is currently divided into four different quadrants. There are two more parts which I will talk about later. So in the four quadrants, one quadrant belongs to USA, United States of America, right now the global power. In the second quadrant there are European nations. Okay, so USA is the global power. They want to rule over entire world. They have ruled over some smaller countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. So we'll not discuss about it's a good thing or bad thing, but basically they are the world power, and their dollar, US dollar, is the world reserve, basically reserve currency. So every country produce, or every country give the data of how much reserve they have in terms of US dollar, and that's why, because US is the powerful nation, right? So they are the crown, okay, the king, basically king of the entire world. This is what they call themselves. Okay, this is a bad diagram of a crown, but anyway. So the second quadrant is the European nations. So European nations are somewhere they want to become neutral. They don't want to completely rely on USA, neither they want to rely on Russia or China, any country like that. So they are like kind of, they want to be happy in their own space. They want to become self-reliant country. So this is the second quadrant. European nations, France, Spain, Germany, whoever belong to that particular European nations and others, they are in the that second quadrant. Third quadrant comes your China, Russia. who are kind of enemy with this particular USA. So they don't see eye to eye with each other. Okay, because USA are the leaders, they don't want to lose the throne, and China and Russia want to become or want to occupy the throne which USA is right now sitting on. Fourth are the countries like India. So why India comes in fourth quadrant? Because India is helpless. India can't do anything here because India is a powerful country. India has everything. There's no way I'm demeaning India, but right now the strength of India is not in a way that India can even think of getting on the throne, because India is a net importer. India is a not net exporter. India is a not, sorry, self-reliant country. So India imports more than India export, and that's the reason India cannot even, as of now at least, India cannot even think of going to the target the throne. So China and Russia are the two countries which together or alone can fight for the throne. This is what is happening right now. How this is happening, we'll talk about. There are two more ranges or genres of country, I'll say, which are not part of this four quadrant. First, African nations. Okay. Now they know that they can't fight any one of them. Nobody gives much, like, again, I'm not demeaning, but nobody much care about what happening in Africa. Other one more one more genre, one more kind of country is Pakistan. Now I smiled at that because I don't want to talk about this, but they don't fall in any of them. They are completely different world altogether. Okay. Let's see this particular figure. What is happening? As I told you, reserve is normally denominated in the US dollar. Who has the highest reserve right now? So highest reserve is China. Second highest reserve is Japan. And China, if you see in the chart, China doesn't even include reserves of Hong Kong. If you combine China and Hong Kong reserves, they are almost in the range of $3.7 trillion dollars. So this is trillion dollars. And if you see second largest is Japan, that is 1.2 trillion dollars. So the difference between first and second is almost thrice. So 1.2 and there's something of 3.7. So the difference of first and second is so huge that there is no chance that second or third can even try to reach the first one. So China has become so big. Fourth closest is India, but you see India is even like not even half, it's closely $500 billion reserve, which is half of even Switzerland. So forget about India competing with China in terms of world reserve or having that security. What is the importance of world reserve? If you want to understand the importance of world reserve, you see the condition of Sri Lanka right now. Sri Lanka has around $2 billion of foreign reserve. That is also, I'm telling, its data is around 1 month old. Right now it might have reduced also. So $2.3 billion of US dollar reserve they have, and they are not able to purchase anything in that country. This country is going through disaster. So the more you have dollar reserves, the more powerful you are as economy, because you can buy things from, you can import things with that money, you can take loan on the reserve, you can be more financially stable as a economy based on the reserve. So reserves are very important. That's why I'm saying China is so much, they have so much reserve that even the first and second position is like there is no competition in that. If you see any rankings and all, cricket and everything, you will see the gap is, people talk about gap, how much gap between first and second rank. Here the gap is so huge that China is in a different category altogether. So reserves are very important, and I wanted to show this figure so that you understand the impact of reserve and where which country is sitting where. This is a, I'll read this line by line. Increased foreign investment into China's market could boost the usage of yuan, which is China's currency, pushing it to become the third largest reserve currency in the world, behind only the US dollar and the euro. It will cross even yen. Okay, yen is the third largest, currently third largest currency reserve. The forecast comes as Chinese government has been trying for years to promote the international usage of yuan, also known as renminbi, okay, RMB. Right now, the yuan accounts for around 2% of global foreign exchange reserve assets. The reports pointed out, but it could rise between 5 and 10% by 2030. This is a huge growth, around 5 times growth by 2030, which is only 8 years from now, surpassing the levels of Japanese yen and British pound. Enlisted. The forecast reiterates on one that the bank made in February 2019. Now, what will happen if this situation comes that through this China's Chinese yen reserves becomes more and more strong? So, what will happen? China will start fighting with US for global power. So what will happen if this fight starts, if the shifting of power starts? See, understand this thing that if a country is there sitting on the top, it will try its best to stay on the top. That is a nature. If as a human also, if you are as a leader, you will always try your best to become a leader. See what's happening in Sri Lanka. Rajpaksha government is completely destroyed the country. I don't know if they have done it or not, talk about that, but as of now it's their government and the country is destroyed, but they don't want to leave their position. So every ruler, no matter how they big or how small they are, if they are on the top, they will try to be on the top. Since US are on the top, they will try the level best to be on the top, and they'll not allow anyone, even they if they are strong, to come on that position. So there will be a war between USA and China. Now war will not happen like the war happened in World War One, World War Two. The pattern of war have changed. Now it will be economic war. So these two countries will try to hurt economy of each other. In the process, economy of other countries will also get hampered. Country like India, countries like who fall in the European Union, country like Africa. So these countries are kind of neutral countries who doesn't want to become a leader, but still these countries will suffer. How these countries will suffer? We'll talk about that. USA will put sanctions. They have done with Russia. They will do other countries also. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but they will do sanctions because they are world power. Now China will not listen to them because they think they are also are good enough to become world power. So there are many sectors which will get impacted. Supply chain. Supply chain will get impacted. It's already impacted right now. Then manufacturing will get impacted because China is the world leader in manufacturing, right? Then your electronics will get impacted because China will try to capture Taiwan. Okay, that's semiconductor basically hub of the world, because anyway China want to capture Taiwan anyway, and since US is an ally of Taiwan, China will try to capture Taiwan also. This will impact the electronics. So these few things will impact, and eventually this will impact other things also, like crude oil price will get impacted. It's already high. Then there will be other factors like your manufacturing of imports of electronics, imports of toys, and all things gets impacted overall. So when these things gets impacted, the companies which are like manufacturing or electronics or kind of transport, all things will get impacted, and it will impact eventually your stock price and the overall global economy. So when global economy gets impacted, no matter what stock you choose, no matter which company you choose, doesn't matter how fundamentally strong or weak that company is, that company will get the bond of the situation. So what you can do, let's come to that part. So I'm talking briefly here. This discussion can go up to hours and hours. We don't want to make this video that kind of long. I hope you get the point what I'm trying to talk. Situations are changing. World power is is moving up. From my opinion, it's already moving. It will take some time. It doesn't happen in one day. It might take 10 years, 20 years. It might take that time. It might take longer also. But the shift has begun, and shift will eventually happen. That is what looks like from now what's happening in the world. So what, as an investor, as a people who want to protective of their money, and who want to see it multiply, if not by huge margin, at least to some extent, so that we can beat inflation, what we can do, we can diversify our money. How we can diversify? So there are various sectors what we can diversify. Crypto, I'll not say that go and invest in crypto, is not a recommendation, but this is also slowly becoming an asset class. Real estate, none of the terms which I'm saying, real estate, crypto, is a recommendation. These are the few options what we have. Crypto, real estate, gold. Like it's not an asset, but this is some class which you can invest. Some businesses, either you can start yourself or you can invest in some other businesses, your friend's business, somebody business. You can invest. So this way you can diversify your money. I'll never suggest anyone to do FD, but this is something which you should not do at all. Okay, FD. But these are the three things. This is one thing which you can definitely target and try to diversify your entire money. Again, I'm not saying you leave equity. Equities will always be there, but uh, if you know something is going to fall tomorrow, don't just wait for it to fall. Diversify your investment so that you lose less. You will lose for sure, but you will lose less. And when you gain faster. So this is the entire reason of diversifying. Now this video might be helpful for you, might be you would have ignored it and not have watched till here. But if you like this video, do hit the like button, do give your feedback in the comment section, do share with your friends and family, and do subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, stay safe.